Welcome to Intentional Healings. On our show, we interview experts from around the world who help us discover our inner wisdom and create the future of our dreams. My name is Jodi Friedman of Intentional Healings. I'm the host of the show with my co-host, Theresa Lange.
Theresa Lange, hello.
There she is. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. And we're interviewing today the fabulous Mr. Blue, Josh Carpenter from Impact Image Marketing. I almost got that word wrong.
And
Welcome,
digital marketing.
Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Josh is a person who knows so much about social media. And what is your title these days?
I go by digital marketing or digital freelance. That basically covers everything. It covers social media, it covers video, it covers websites, it covers blogging, any form of media that we can relate to. So digital media marketing, basically.
Very good. What do you want to
Well,
ask
he's
him?
working for you right now, and
Oh,
he's
I
doing
know.
a great job for you. He's
so
going to be working for
blessed.
me next.
I've been so blessed to have you help me with the show. You've been editing the show for me. You've been putting everything up on my Facebook pages. Next is the website. We got some tweaking to do there. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
And you know what I love working with you is how you make everything easy for me. So why don't you tell our viewers, what do you do for small businesses that really helps take the pain out of doing their business so that they can do what they need to do?
I take the technical portion out of it and let the client become the expert of what they like to focus on. So if they're an author and they have a book that they're publishing, I have them focus on their message, refine that, and then I use the technology to put it out. Sometimes the way that I talk about it is the computer is a canvas and your message is the paint. So tell me, and then I kind of transition that. And I do it in many different formats. It can be in video, it can be in audio, it can be in graphic interface formats, which are GIFs.
I love your gifts.
People say, how do you use GIFs? Well, GIFs are the emotion that you have when you're relaying a message. So if you're looking for a proper GIF, that you were replying to someone from, what was the emotion that you got back from that? Were you happy? Did you want to say yay? And then your GIF is like someone clapping, going yay. And
I know. Well, I've gotten the namaste one
Yeah,
a couple times from you.
So whatever the conversation topic is and whatever emotion that you're having, you can express that emotion now through a GIF versus trying to say big smiles or big hugs. You can express it now with actual animated motion graphic, and I think that's really fun.
So how long, if someone doesn't even know what they want for their business, like me, for instance, how long does it take you to identify all those components and put them out there for the average person? Does it take a long time?
It doesn't really. First, you do what you call the onboarding process, which we find out what platforms you're on, what you're using. We get all of your information to make sure your accounts are set up properly, that all of your bios are filled in, setting your security settings, stuff like that. Just making sure that you have a solid foundation to start with. And then once you're starting with that foundation, you can kind of develop from there. So based upon whatever it is that you're going to do, I would suggest the platform that would accompany that. For instance, since you have a show, YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, Breach TV, I could probably name 6 video platforms that are out there, including Facebook Live. Twitter's doing video now. You can do up to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So a video is what you're trying to capture, then utilizing all the platforms that cover that. If it's audio, then getting you onto SoundCloud, iTunes, any of those, Google Play, all of those formatted areas. Same with podcasting, if you want to do that. Sometimes you want to take video and audio and transition them. That's another thing you can do. You can take these shows, make them audios, as well as having video, and then that would increase your organic SEO just by doing that. So content is really king, and what you put out there is going to determine your organic SEO. And when I say organic SEO, I mean this is stuff where you're just tagging your images. It's your digital footprint. It's how people will find you through certain
What's
tags
an
and stuff like
SEO?
search engine optimization. Good question.
She's really new.
Well, you gotta break it down. You know.
Good question. Search engine optimization, there's two parts of it. There's paid and there's organic. So when you're starting out, one of the things you want to do is you want to become organic. You want to have enough content that you're going to put out there. If you're doing paid and you don't have any content, then your message won't get across clear. And what are you going to promote if you don't have a video or something for it already? So it's my recommendation that you really find out what it is that you're doing and then build from the basic foundation.
So is my understanding that you also do production and video for clients if they need that? If they don't have anything?
Yes, I have a HDD camera that I'll utilize so I can shoot events like I shot your meditation. And basically just going out and shooting the meditation. It was about, what, an hour or so, the meditation?
Yeah, the actual meditation itself was about an hour.
So out of that hour plus the beginning when I first got there and the end, I shoot the whole thing and then watch all of that and look for areas to cut out. And then once I find the best areas, I mark those time frames and then go over it with you and then create a small commercial in order to promote that that particular thing. So it's production, it's editing, it's knowing how to create a story, how to create a capturing message where you can put small tidbit videos out there for people to catch on to.
I love that idea when we first discussed it, that you could take a whole video and divide it up and then use it for different things that we're doing. It doesn't have to just be the video, you know, and it's in the original form that you make it at. And you took some still pictures from there and it was really great. I see how, you know, there's so much, like there's a sliding room to do different things with one video. And I never had done YouTubes before I met you, so you know, you're taking things and just making it so easy for me. And that's what I really love, that I can focus on the work that I'm doing and I don't have to worry about like how am I going to get myself out there. The promotion part, since you stepped 2 months into helping me, I've really found my engagement is better on Facebook. And you know, that brings me to a question. Do Facebook ads still work? What's your thought on that?
Good question. If you're only going to put $5 in, then it wouldn't be as effective. You really want to look at advertising with a budget, just like any other business would, or corporations. And there's many different platforms in order to advertise on. It's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
Tell us the best ones that you think.
The best one, if you're doing video, I think YouTube would be great in order to capture people and create commercials. It uses Google's platform, of course, because it is Google, and so you get the analytics from that. There's a lot that you can really capture from that information. Facebook is also utilizing video as well, and you can do advertising through that. So Facebook is a platform that I would recommend. And then depending on what else you're doing, you know, you could do email autoresponders if you want to try and capture people's information. The question that you really want to ask yourself is, where are you trying to drive your traffic? And focus on that. And once I know where you want to drive your traffic, then I know how to structure that and build it better. So if you want to get your traffic through your website, so they're buying your books, your CDs, they're looking at your events, your website is the hub, and then social media that's around that's you know, the spokes on the wheel, so to speak. And when you encompass all of that, then that's kind of how you look at it.
Well, you drew that picture out for me. You weren't there, but he drew a picture out with all the little lines over here, and I looked at it and at this graph, and I said, okay, now explain this
how
to
it
me.
Connects with the
And
arrows
you tie it all
stuff.
in so they all are sharing the same
They're all
information in real
interlinking with
time
each
at
other.
the same time, right? See, that's what I think is beautiful about what you do, is because I wouldn't know how to do that. And
Well, let me give an example. So when I first started, I had 3 or three, I believe, Facebook accounts. One's my personal. Problem with that is when you have 5,000 people on that one, of course they don't all look at it, but I had everything mixed up in there. But then I had two business accounts too. So what you did is you showed me, okay, this one is for your videos, this one is for your classes, this one, and I never thought to divide it out like that. I was just I was shooting in the dark basically. I had a little bit of engagement, but it's nice to have those things organized and know where to put things so that when I want to send people to my classes, I can say, go to my Jodi Friedman Reiki Master as opposed to something else. I mean, I have one with like, what was it, like 32,000 people on there, but I don't even know how to use it anymore because that's when I was teaching on a regular basis, and now that I've restructured my business, I didn't really even know what to do with that one, but you're helping me reclaim that for the public speaking part of my business that I'm beginning to do. So.
Which brings me to realize that when we collaborated with One World Healing, okay, it started from nothing, and all three of us co-founded that. Or
Why don't we
founded it.
describe that a little bit too, because they don't know what that
well,
is.
The point that was amazing about it for me is you took it and you linked yourself to all of the people, the leaders in the community with their webs. I don't know how you did it, but all of a sudden, one day I looked and we have like 600 people on there, and everybody is linked together, and I was just amazed that you did that.
Well, let's chat
and
about.
it was fast.
Let's chat about what you're chatting about.
Yeah. One World Healing.
The three of us, right? The three of us have collaborated to put together a group that started on Facebook called One World Healing, and this is just recent, and this is in the new space of Vegas Strong, what's happened in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. And what we wanted to do was continue the healing that's begun in Las Vegas for those in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas, for any of the victims, families, the victims themselves, anybody who needs healing, the first responders, all the people
event workers
that were at the event and have some type of anxiety, or they just are having problems coping right now. We wanted to make this a healing that continues, that nobody ever forgets about this, that in this community that we stay strong, that we always remember what happened. And so the three of us got together and started putting this together with the healing community, the other healing centers, people that are involved, and there's plenty of opening for people to just start creating with us. We've had our first couple meetings now, and we're dividing up the work and how we're going to put together events for the community so that they will always have a safe place to come to help them deal with the tragedy that has just happened over the last month. So
he designed everything from the ground up, and that's what I was really impressed with, on how you were able to take, like, for instance, Enchanted Reiki Forest or Jeff's Sacred Art of Healing, and everybody is able to put their things on there, as well as we're together creating for the community, providing charity work.
Why don't you talk about our new Facebook page that you created for us?
So One World Healing is a Facebook group that was created in order to help communities collaborate to support humanity, which is the mission statement. We're defining that statement a little bit more, but as we grow, what we're discovering is that there are also other communities out there. As I started doing some research, Jodi and I discovered that there's a One World Healing in Canada.
Right.
So in order to globalize this and really make it a worldwide thing, we wanted to find ways to connect with other communities that are doing the same thing around the world. So I reached out to them, and we're still pending responses from them. But I feel good energy, I guess you could say, from the way that it'll grow and the way that people are hopping on. And what it allows people to do is create one niche, which is the holistic spiritual community, and allow that whole community to come together, and not to, be the red box versus Netflix, competitive type of thing. Because when it comes to healing and support, it happens through community and through support of others. And Facebook has
Absolutely.
really shown that along the way. I mean, a lot of people really don't look at the things that Facebook has done for countries. Revolutions have been started. Places like Egypt that, were out without internet for a while, finally were finding ways to get internet. When the hurricanes and the floods and shootings and everything happen, there's always alerts where people can check to see if their friends are okay. The amazing things that Facebook has are tools that are out there, and they were meant to be utilized. And a lot of people just don't know about them, or don't know the history of social media and how it developed. So I take that knowledge and simplify it for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we were, being right in the thick of it. I live 5 minutes away from the Mandalay Bay, and I was awakened by the alert, like at 3:30 in the morning, and I know my daughter was supposed to work the Harvest Festival, and she did last year, and she didn't this year. But I think each of us in this city have been touched in one way or another. We've all been pretty much shaken to our core. Besides, I mean, there were hurricanes, there were wildfires. It's like everything was lifting and moving and being shaken from the inside out.
You know what I saw? I saw support. I saw communities rising together, whether it was in Texas or wherever the devastation was. Just Las Vegas alone, between 5 organizations, I saw over $12 million that was raised in order to help victims. So the support is out there, and what that lets us know is that this is the opportunity, this is the time to create one world healing.
One world
if you
healing,
will.
exactly. We voted on the name. There were a group of us, and we really felt that
There were 15 leaders voted on that.
So we have 17 people total in the group now.
And it's growing.
For the leaders. And the leaders are basically leaders within the community, people that have centers, people that have practices, help organizations, whatever the case is. Those are the leaders that come in and share all of their events and everything that they're happening, and it happens in one area of One World Healing. And now when you look at the event page on the group, you can actually see a list of all the local areas.
I think they're going to have a
having
food
their
drive. Deborah Beach and Jeff Rennell for over the Thanksgiving. You
Well,
can bring a can or something in. So that's, I think,
Right.
one small event of charity that's sprung out of this already that they really wanted to do. They were very excited about doing from the
Well,
last
you
meeting.
guys have some events coming up, right? Tell us,
Yeah, absolutely.
tell us about that.
well, you mean our personal events?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for asking. Well, Intentional Healings loves to do meditations, so I've got a new venue that I just started at Go Vegan Cafe. It's been on Sundays. What's that?
She's cooling herself off here. She just can't get enough.
Is
Just
it
like
hot in here?
fan me.
Sorry, excuse me.
She just wants her hair to blow and get that, Cosmo
not
glow.
really.
Our favorite faucet.
No.
So back to Go Vegan
Yes.
Cafe.
Which is, by the way, they make the greatest juices there.
I know you
love
really
number
would enjoy
9.
them.
Oh, they're right on Rainbow, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Rainbow and Patrick, and they have a beautiful restaurant. It's all vegan. A lot of it's non-GMO, and they have an atrium area with a fountain, and they clear the room for us, and we put down our mats, and we have cushions, and people come in for $20. We started on Sunday. I'm giving the most amazing meditations there.
It is.
Because
Amazing.
it's just a beautiful open space, and I really love it. I'm going to start them in November on Fridays and see how that goes. It seemed like Sunday mornings people weren't wanting to get up at 8 o'clock, but oh well.
But they were.
We'll
Switch it
try.
up.
We'll try another date for that. But I always have my salt room meditations, which I've been doing for many years. I have one coming up November 4th at, I don't even know what time. I think it's at 2 o'clock. It's a Saturday. It's coming up in about 2 weeks, and I do 1 or 2 of those a month. And
Jacob's
this
Garden?
week, yay! Jacob's Garden of Eden in Southern Highlands Country Club. We get about 20 people in there. It's a catered event. We have hors d'oeuvres by Franz. He's amazing. And I give an hour meditation, and I discuss meditation, and I'll be teaching more classes on meditation because it's a tool that everybody can use, and it just helps. You just work with the breath. What I do is I intentionalize, and I help them create on the basic topics of financial success, health, wealth, well-being, relationships. I bring in whatever information. It's like the energy gets channeled from the group that's there, and so everybody gets something, and it's very, very peaceful.
And you do private sessions as well. So, you know, if people are suffering from stress or financial challenge, you can pretty much do a private session that would help them with that.
I probably do maybe 5 or 6 private sessions a week. And I'm going to be doing more Reiki shares so that the Reiki community can come and gather together. I do the Reiki certifications. I am doing a master certification class for Reiki 3 in January, so that's coming up. And just having lots of fun.
Plus we have hypnosis here.
I know. Tell us about what you're doing.
Well, I do hypnotherapy. I have an office on 4045 Spencer Street. And I can see people there to help them with whatever blocks they're having or patterns that aren't working in their life. And then I also am at the Salt Room. I'm going to be there on November 18th doing financial success and balance. And I'm also doing a workshop with you at Jacob's Garden coming up soon to be announced.
Next year?
Yeah, it may be in January or something. That's exciting. Very, very exciting. Yeah, so there's just a lot of things going on, a lot of fun and exciting things to reach out. And the main basis for me is just connecting with people that I can help. And
Well, we're so glad you're in the community because it's made such a difference as I've watched. You know, when you've done Reiki in the garden, that just frees me up to do the meditation, and in the Salt Room. People are crying. They're having such an emotional release. Having you do the work, you're quite the incredible healer. I highly recommend you as well.
Thank you.
And you know, seriously, I hope that everybody who's listening, if you have any needs in social marketing, please call Josh, because I have been so impressed with the kind of work that you do. It would have taken me probably 5 hours what you could work out in like 20 minutes. It's really incredible. Why don't you tell the audience, like, where do they find you? I imagine your prices are really good. I actually know they are. To give them the same kind of deal.
Yes, I actually am at impactimagemarketing.com. You can find my page on Facebook, also on Twitter, YouTube. If you want to find videos, you can go to joshcarpenternv as in Nevada.com. On there, that's my freelance site where you can see my portfolio, what I've done.
I'm just going to ask you that.
And Mr. Blue TV, how about that?
And then I have Mr. Blue TV, where it's my fun platform that I create and do video edits, so it kind of gives you an idea on some different things that I've done out there. I will probably be starting up Let's Get Social with Mr. Blue again, which is a video series where I go around to experts and kind of interview them on what they're doing and how they're helping the community.
That's great.
And other than that's pretty much the way to reach me. I'll include some information in the comments below on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else the video is posted. So just look below and we'll have that information for you. And same for your information as well. We'll put that in the description of the comments and do some tagging and stuff like that. And I'm actually going to be meeting with Theresa tomorrow.
Yay!
So
I can't wait.
That's fabulous.
I guess my final words before departing here would be if you're looking for a roadmap to create a blueprint of your digital marketing for your business, come see me and I will meet with you and then help you out, discover what that is. We'll lay it out and then talk about price. You know, an example, $150 for 6 hours, plus I throw in a free hour for the consultation. And I can actually get a lot done within that amount of time. I'm sure you can vouch for that. I go through it pretty quick.
Down to the wire.
Yes.
You've done everything so tremendous for me.
Thank you so much for having me, ladies. I appreciate it.
I'm so glad you're involved with the holistic community with us and promoting One World Healing. It's there for the entire community, and we wish you all intentional healings.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we bid you adieu.
From Mr.
Thank
Blue.
you.